Wilson from Rap Radar. I get down for my clan.
And we got some good fans out there.
Oh, hell yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Big Sean.
Man, I wrote that All Me verse so fast, I didn't even like put too much time into it. It just kind of happened. You know what I mean? And I didn't realize that, you know, I mean, Drake performs that every night on stage, you know.
Yeah,
performs
your
my
verse, right?
I remember when I came out at his show in Detroit, he was like, man, that's one of the livest part of the shows, and you don't even be in there. And I was like, damn. You know, that's really unheard of, you know, especially it's usually like a chorus or something, but a whole verse. So I appreciated that, you know what I'm saying? I appreciated that look. And, you know, I really feel like that was an important part of the song. And that whole shut the fuck up, you know, it's a lot of people hit me up. I remember Ye hit me up like, this is my motto for the whole year, you know.
Where does that come from? Because you say all that like abrasive.
You know what?
Content.
It's funny because I was in a booth and I was working on some other stuff, and I was like, yo, I want to knock this verse out, and I did it like in a couple hours. And I think I originally had it as something else. It wasn't "Ho, shut the fuck up." It was something else. I can't remember what. And then I was like, yo, you think I should say? Asked my engineer Rob, like, you think I should say "Ho, shut the fuck up," or you think I should say? And he told me to say the other thing, and I was like, nah, I'm gonna do "Ho, shut the fuck up." But you know, man.
But with that whole style, like you like little bitch and all that, the abrasive kind of like thing, people don't even take it as a negative. I think with you, like they don't, you know, view you as a misogynist or things like that. But where does that kind of style come from, though?
You know, I think women, first of all, like I'm never a misogynist. When I say something like a little bitch, that could be a guy, that could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? There's dudes out here that's more bitches than anybody. You know what I mean? Yeah. But the point is, it's just I make music for people to relate to. You know, those are certain songs. All Me, I Don't Fuck With You. Those are certain songs. I got One Man Could Change the World. I got the outro. I got like, you know, I got a wide variety of things. But those things are meant for people to fucking let off steam to be, you know, I think I Don't Fuck With You is one of the most positive records I have. And I say that because when I play that song, I see people get so happy. And that's what the fuck it's all about. It's people being happy, man. You know, I'm a positive dude, man. I'm not out here trying to fucking, you know, be on no negative. It ain't no time to be negative. It's time to get this money. It's time to get these blessings. It's time to boss up, take care of our families, and get it together. You know, if I got some information, I'm going to share it with you. You got some information, you're going to share it with me. And we all bring what we can to the table. Like, this isn't like, you know, this is like we going to bring our powers together, you know, from me to J. Cole to Kendrick to Drake to Kanye to Jay-Z to everybody. We all bringing something different to the table. Mm-hmm. You guys can sit in barbershops and talk about who's better, you know, go bar for bar, this and that. But that's all bullshit, man. What it is, it's like what makes you feel good. That's what it is. Like my dad said, life's a feeling process. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it's all about. You just got to feel and appreciate and, like, support. You know, you never gonna get I ain't never heard of nobody who was rich, who wasn't born into it, who's negative as fuck, who's a hater. Everybody I know who's successful and who got money deserves it, worked for it, and is on a vibration that they happy and happiness and positive. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like I Don't Fuck With You, All Me, songs like that, those are positive songs for the sense that they make people feel great. And it's a great way of expressing yourself and, like, letting off frustration and, you know, all sorts of stuff like that.
Yeah, and even when you switched to Rock Nation Management, I guess you played it for Jay. Jay right away was like, that might be something. You might need to put that out.
Him and Beyonce. And Ye, too. And No ID. It was like I kept getting the signs. And I was just like, man, I'm not about to put this out as my first song. You crazy. Yeah. You know, just because, and I don't know why I thought that. I think I was just so deep into making the music that I didn't sit back and put the hat of strategizing. I was just more focused on the body of work. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Because you drew 4 songs out, too, instead of just one.
Yeah, I just really, when I put those 4 songs that I put out, Paradise, I put out I Don't Fuck With You, I put out Fourth Quarter, which I wish was on the album, but it had too many samples in it, so we couldn't put it on there. And then Jit Juke, which I also love a lot. It was just, I wanted to show people the wave I was on, the new type of music I was making, you know what I mean? And People really received it well, and what I appreciated about it all is that people chose "I Don't Fuck With You." You know what I mean? Like, that's not how could that be a radio song if it's "I don't fuck with you, you little stupid ass bitch. I ain't fucking with you, you little dumb ass bitch. I'm not fucking with you. I got a million things I'd rather fucking do than to be fucking with you. You little stupid ass. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. Bitch, I don't give a fuck."
On Z100.
And that shit is on Z100. You know what I mean? That was a top 10 song. So it's just, I really appreciate the people, and I also appreciate the people getting behind it so much that radio did have to play it, and it did become a song like that. And I'm gonna do my best to always not try and be the stereotypical rapper. I'm not finna like do a video, I'm always like do the fucking concept shit if I can. I'm gonna do the football shit, and I'm gonna fuck it up.
You got a lot of criticism on that football.
Yeah, people, man. Because I was a quarterback, I had number 88. Yeah, because I should have put -80. I should have put -88 just to really fuck with it. But it's imagination. It's all like having fun with it, man. I'm not a fucking football player. Yeah. Yeah. But that whole video is a metaphor for my life. You know what I mean? You got coach. The coach is Kanye. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I'm the star quarterback. Shit not going so well for me. He bounced back at the end of the game, win the game, and in the midst of it, going through shit with the girl. You know what I mean? All sorts of shit. It was just like a metaphor, not for just my shit, but for everybody. Yeah.
No doubt. And it's funny with the song "Take It Off," you didn't even make like a shorter edit for the radio. Like it's still the same.
No, and I got E40 on it. Shout out to E40. Yeah. That's been one of my favorite rappers. My stepbrother used to play him all the time. My stepbrother who was on the song "Come Roll," which we sample like Blade Icewood. That's like a real big deal in Detroit. He's like the king of Detroit. Yeah. And we sample him, but my stepbrother used to be playing Blade. He used to be playing E40. He used to be playing Pac, Snoop Dogg, Doggy Style. I remember I played Doggy Style at a Thanksgiving dinner one time, and like I got my ass whipped. But it's just
after everybody ate.
Yeah, and I was like, 8 years old, rapping two of America's Most Wanted. Snoop and Pac, and just like, that was when I wanted to be a rapper. Though, when I turned 12, I decided I'm gonna professionally do this.
Yeah, because you did like the Young Boys or something like that. The
Young Boys, yeah.
Young Boys, yeah.
Yeah,
I used positive to rap.
Yeah,
right?
I used to rap about not having sex and not doing drugs. It was before I had sex, did drugs. But the point is, I always did want to be. From then, I always was coming from a positive place. You know what I mean? It's the message. Even though I've been through life and done stuff more, the message is still the same, man. I'm a positive dude, you know what I'm saying? You can hear it in the music if you really listen to the album, not just the stuff on the radio. And it is what it is. I ain't scared to be to be myself. It's like, yeah, I'm from one of the most dangerous cities. My brother, my stepbrother was a gangster. My older brother, wasn't. You know what I mean? I was in the middle of it. I went to private school from kindergarten to 8th grade, and I'm proud of that. People be like, you didn't go to no tough ass school. I'm like, yeah, I was fucking lucky, man. Yeah. All my friends was ghetto as hell. All my friends, my neighbors sold whatever. I ain't trying to put nobody out there, but like
statute of limitations, Sean. We all right.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, it was a tough place, man, to come up out of. And I'm proud of myself for being positive. I'm proud of myself for wanting to be a better person. I'm proud of myself for bossing up and just being me.
No, and you've never been afraid also to share emotion, like you talked about. You've gotten emotional at concerts, like when you did Memories at that homecoming show. Like,
yeah, because it was deep. I remember when I was performing Memories that I used to talk about when we have our concert at the Palace. This shit finna be. I was riding to school with my homies talking about that all the time. We listening to Dedication 1, Lil Wayne mixtape. We listening to the College Dropout mixtape. Before the album, we listening to like. All that stuff, the Carter 1, and like, you have no idea, so you can just imagine what it's like, being signed to your favorite artist, doing songs with Lil Wayne, with Hove, you know what I mean? You riding to school listening to the Dynasty, you riding to school listening, it's crazy, man. I appreciate it every day. Like, I don't take this shit for granted.
Do you think that sometimes people at first they want to give you props because you are like so well connected and have so many great contacts and like to prove that you have your own lane and you deserve to be
Well, the
there?
thing is, I'm a weird dude, man. I try some shit that people will be scared to try, and I don't care. You know what I mean? Sometimes it connects, sometimes it doesn't, but I'll still put myself out there. I am the type of guy who, okay, I'm gonna want to make up words in my raps. I'm gonna want to say some shit that you kind of understand what it means, but it's not a real thing. Like, and sometimes that gets shitted on. I am gonna want to do stuff that's way different cadences, and people gonna be like, "Oh, he be rapping off beat," but it's like, no, what the fuck I'm gonna do? Rap like, you know what I mean? I'm just trying to do my thing and like at least bring something to the table, push the envelope forward. That's what I learned from my OGs. That's what I learned being in the studio with Ye or whoever, with anybody, Eminem, with like, all these guys. Like, I'm gonna keep doing my thing. I'm gonna keep pushing the envelope, and I'm gonna keep trying things. And people could hate on it if they want, but I'm gonna keep doing my thing.
You started the whole super duper flow, the hashtag.
Yeah,
thing.
The hashtag flow, that super duper, to a lot of things, man. And it's cool to still be here. I done seen a lot of people fall off. I done seen a lot of people careers come and go, and to still be here and to be doing better than ever. It's real, and we're gonna keep it going. I got a lot of people to put on. I got a lot of producers, a lot of artists I know, a lot of just, great things to do in this music game. So we just getting started.
How do you feel like as a rapper? Do you feel like you said, that kind of offbeat at times style, like the way you kind of snap on that extra verse on Paradise? Like, do you feel like you're getting better as a rapper? And like, what do you call that style when your flow's kind of going different places and you're in that pocket? Like, is there a name for that? Like, what zone are you in when you're creating that?
Big Sean flow. I don't know. I don't know, man. It's just the mind. It's a spirit. I say it's spiritual when I'm working on music. You could ask somebody else, and I don't know if that sounds like if that sounds any type of way, but it's just like when I write, I don't write it down. I just feel the music and the lyrics just come to me, and I'm just like on the mic, or just like sometimes it'll be mumbles, and I'll fill in the mumbles with words, with the flows. But I really, I ain't gonna lie, man. I like get into a certain zone. I be meditating, I like connect with God. I get spiritual, I connect to like a certain source of light. And, I appreciate, I always say, like, I appreciate the universe for letting me create everything I ever done. I appreciate all the guardian angels I got around me. You know what I mean? And that's usually my process before I get into the studio, and it's been working out great for me.
How were you coping with like you said, your grandma earlier, you lost your grandma, because I know she was such a factor. Like, how have you learned to like celebrate the life instead of mourning the passing?
Well, when she died, I wrote One Man Could Change the World. The second verse is mainly about her, and I had wrote it before she passed away. And I remember I was with her. I'm like, Grandma, I wrote this song about you. Because my grandma was super special. She was a female black captain in World War II, one of the first. She was one of the first female police officers in Detroit. She got her master's at U of M. She came from nothing from West Virginia, and she was a counselor, a teacher, and she's just an amazing grandma, home-cooked meals every day after school. And, I was sitting with her, and I'm like, yo, I wrote this song about you. She's like, oh, you don't have to write no song about me, and I was like, you're going to love it, you're going to love it. And I remember when I played it for Ye hopped on it, he heard it, and was just like, yo, I got to add my perspective, my voice to it, just to,
Was he moved by it? Or like,
he was moved by it. He was like, let me hop, he was like, I want to hop on this song, like, for sure. And same with John Legend. And I remember I was going back for Christmas. I was on the road, I was busy, and I was going back for Christmas, and she died on December 20th. So when we got, it was a bittersweet Christmas. We had the funeral, but we were all crying our eyes out. It was like me and my family. But after a while, we kind of looked at it from a perspective of like, okay, when your family member like graduates from college and gets like a good job, it's like she was moving on. She's seen Hitler in her lifetime, and she's seen Obama in her lifetime. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And she was 94 years old. She was in a wheelchair. So I was happy that she, is in like heaven and is a beam of light somewhere and like free, from like any pain. So I was happy about that.
Did this song also provide any, I guess, closure in a sense too, right? To
have
this great song that represents.
Yeah, and I got to I recorded a phone conversation with her like a couple years back, and I was able to like find it, and we put her voice on there. So, her voice is on a song with me and Kanye and John Legend. So that always feels good too.
Yeah, no, definitely.
For sure.
What you talk about sequencing albums and the pressures of putting certain songs. Somebody tweeted, I think my friend Nigel was like, "Yo, Big Sean's bonus tracks is better than some people's lead singles." Like, why did you stack those records like Research and The Party Next Door, and what's the other one as bonus tracks on the album?
Because that's just how the album flowed to me, and I knew that those songs were just important. They're just as important as the songs on the traditional album, but the deluxe is what the album, how it's supposed to be heard. That's the like intended way I wanted people to hear it. And, you know, I feel like if it was like those were the 15 songs, and that's just how I wanted it to be heard.
So why did you put Wifey, your new girl, on a song about, that had nothing to do with you guys, but about infidelity and lack of trust? Like, why did you decide to do research with her?
Because I think it's cool to like be artists sometimes, and it always not be about our situation. You know, I appreciated her for putting our situation aside and just wanting to talk about something that's still relatable as hell. Yeah. You know, that's like some shit you could probably relate to, or anybody could probably relate to, people going through your shit and, you know, drama and stuff. And I thought it was cool that, you know, I feel like I've done a lot of music with her, and I feel like I'm going to do more music with her, obviously. And it's just cool to, like, do conceptual songs, too.
Yeah. How do you guys maintain privacy in such a, you know, crazy public celebrity world? Like, how are you dealing with that and, like, you know, the tabloid culture and all those type of things that people have to face nowadays?
I don't fuck with that shit, man. I just stay focused, you know, and keep happy. You know, everything I do is for the sole purpose of being happy. So you can't measure success in anything but happiness, you know. It's motherfucking billionaires who committed suicide, you know. It's like movie stars who committed suicide or, you know, been depressed and, you know, and it's been people, you know, I really feel like the success isn't even determined how hard you work. I feel like that's a misconception that society has put on us as young, since babies, and I hope you guys can, like, realize that that's complete bullshit when people tell you, man, you got to work really hard to be successful. You know, you got to put in this. You know, it's people who work 1 hour a day who has more money than we'll ever have. And there's people who work 23 hours a day who riding the fucking bus. And so what does that mean? That means that it's not determined about how hard you work. It's how smart you work and about where you put your energy. You know what I'm saying? It's about where your happiness is, because when you're happy, you vibrate on a whole different level, and success comes in a whole different way. So
you think your best art comes out of being, like, when you're creating songs, are you try to strive to be in a happier zone, like, or do you sometimes can make great art out of anger?
Yeah, and these are just like realizations I've come to within the last like few months. You know, but yeah, I make music to make me feel good. Like Dark Sky Paradise was therapeutic, not even because of what I was talking about. It was therapeutic because I was just happy doing it. Songs like Paradise, when I got done recording the second verse for Paradise, I felt amazing. Yeah. You know, and it's not like I was rapping about a specific situation. I was just on like the energy was just flowing through me, you know what I mean? And I just enjoyed it. And, you know, that's what it's all about, enjoying yourself. You know, it was so long I was in this game not having fun. And I don't know why the fuck I was not having fun when it's everything I ever asked for. You know, and then I stepped back and was like, have fun, man. Do what you want to do. Like, it's not that serious, you know? I've had ups and downs. I know what it's like to be down. I know what it's like to be up. And it's just like, I'm not scared of that shit. I'm not scared of, like, trying to keep a facade up. Like, you might as well just enjoy the moment instead of always trying to think about what to do next.
I want to talk about, like, some of the creatives you are involved with, like Mark Carson, is, you know, like those guys you work with, like the visuals you put out, how important those are. Like, what's your goal with that, and what's the end game you think with what you're creating with your friends and on that side of the business?
Well, me and Zeno, we work on these vlogs together, and Mike Carson too. We work on these vlogs together, but Zeno's the one who really edits it up. We strictly just do it just to, like, it's for our listeners as far as people who need it. You know what I'm saying? And those videos help change people's lives, man. People come up to me like, yo, I play this every day. And, you know, you can look it up on YouTube. There are videos called, like, Family or Fear or Imagination. The last one we did was Patience. Yeah. And that shit is necessary, man. I know I needed that, and I got that from my mom. And when I got that from my mom, it changed my whole way of thinking. And when I changed my whole way of thinking, things started to roll, you know, started to unfold for me differently. And, you know, I'm not perfect, man. I get frustrated. Shit don't go my way all the time. But, you know, I'm moving in that direction. I'm making an effort. You know what I mean? And I'm lucky I had my mom to be there for me and give me the books, you know, to read. And so I'm just trying to do the same thing.
Nah, but you're in a great space, man, and congrats again on the new album, man. I know it's only going to go further for you, man.
Yeah, I hope so. You know, if you ain't got the album, I hope y'all go check it out, support it. You know, support good music. You know, if you want to keep seeing an artist stay around and stay relevant, support the music you love because, you know, it gets real. And, you know, when shit don't do good, labels be looking at you like, motherfuckers might not like you, man. So I'm not saying just for me, but just for anybody. If you got artists, support them, you know. It's like, I feel like albums are the same price as a large pizza, you know. Come on. You know, say fuck a pizza one day and get the album.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, Big Sean.
Ladies and gentlemen, the stars of the show. Selling Wilson from rap radar. I get down from my crib.
Thank you, man. Yo, nobody stayed as long as you and messed with the fans more than you did at the end, man. That's crazy.
That's love, man. You know?
No, but I think people got to really know who you are and what makes you different than a lot of these other artists out here this generation. I mean,
it means a lot.
Probably the most inspiring conversation I've had in the Crown Series, you know, so thank you for providing that.
Man, it means a lot. You know, I appreciate you for being cultural, man. And
thank you, brother.
You know, always help trying to push everything forward and
thank
respect
you.
The artistry of not just me, but a lot of people. And,
yeah.
You know, that dedication doesn't go unnoticed, man.
Thank you, Sean.
No, thank you.
Respect, brother.